everyone, welcome to the channel. For today's project, we are making a bunch of bookmarks. The latest release comes with, it's called the Wizard Bookmark, and it's got some certain wizard themed things, Harry Potter themed. But we are going to use it just a little bit different. There will be some wizard theme and then just some Valentine's theme. And I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. I just know this is the Valentine paper. This is from Pixie Dust Designs, My Valentine. And then this is the Magic World paper. And these are the two paper packs I'm using. And then I'll also be bringing in some other cardstock from other companies. And then I'll be using various parts of the release, because all of these releases come with, this whole release comes with little accent things that are adorable. So I'm going to use all these little accent things on my bookmarks. That's what I know I'm doing. So we'll see what I end up using. So let's get started. So the first thing I did was I cut out a bunch of elements that I may or may not have want on these and started doing a little ink blending. So these envelopes are from one of the sets, and then as is this little piece of scroll, it's actually a banner. And at the end of the video, I'll go over all the products and how I used them. So I used a little sandcastle to add some shading around the edges. And so now for this part, I cut out the middle layer of the bookmarks, and I used the Wizard or the Magic World paper, and I am cutting inside the dotted lines. So I'm basically cutting off the dotted lines so that it's another layer. So you'll have the base layer, you'll have the regular layer with the dotted lines still on, and now I'm cutting these down so that I have a third layer. And it really added a lot. I was very happy with how these bookmarks turned out. So this is something I've not done before, but I volunteer at the local food shelf, and there's a little thrift store, and there's a kids book area there. So I'm going to have these sitting out for free for the kids to take a bookmark. And I think that's something I'm going to make more of. I think, you know, Pixie Dust has a lot of cute little Easter icons. So anyway, I was trimming off the rest of the dotted lines so that I had a smaller layer. And now I'm going around the edges with sandcastle. And I will say, I don't have it on film, but I also grabbed the Lisa, I forget her name, with the metallic ink that I did not do on camera. And it added so much, just a little bit gold metallic. It turned out really, really pretty. So I was really happy with that addition. So now I'm going around the base layers of all the bookmarks. And for some of them, the brown cardstock that I used, it's called Ginger. I went with Catherine Pooler's gingerbread ink and just did a little shading around the edges. It doesn't have to be perfect because there's going to be a layer on top of this. And then cleaned up my mess. And now I am doing the flamingo layer, and I'm using Catherine Pooler's Coral Cabana ink and going all around. That turned out so pretty. All right, so now I've got a base layer and a middle layer. So we're gluing those. And now you can see where I trimmed the edges off. I now have 3 layers on that bookmark. So it's very nicely framed. So this, not this stripe, but the one with the hearts on it and the gold, that's just pattern paper I made, cutting out strips and putting it together using the My Valentine paper and paper scraps. So making all of the bookmark bases, letting those, now they're all dry, so now I'm going to start decorating. And you can see I've already laid out some of the decorations. The wands are from the mug set. The second from the left, that middle heart, is from the Grandfather Clock add-on set. And so are the other 2 hearts, and then the envelopes are, I believe, from the Always Be Your Friend set. And then the next 2 are the pattern paper I made using strips. And then the second from the end is using the Harry Potter pieces that came with the set. And then that scroll piece. I'm getting everything glued down. And then the very end one has the word Kisses on it. And again, that's from the Grandfather Clock add-on sets, which is an adorable set if you don't have it. It's really great for treats. So those are all of my bookmarks. I do add a few more things, but I thought that's a really good start. So we'll get the starburst and the wands glued down on this one. All right, so getting a little bit of that adhesive off, and we are set. So now I'm coloring some potion bottles, and I'm going to add that to the bookmark that has the scroll on it. And these potion bottles, I am trying to remember. I'm not quite sure which set that came from. I'll have it at the end. I'll discuss where everything came from on the end. So bringing other pieces in. I also have the candles on there, but I ended up not using the candles. There's, you know, the floating candles in the Harry Potter movies. That's part of these sets too, but I ended up not using them. But I am coloring the parts for the potion bottle. So right now I'm coloring the corks that go in the bottle. And I cut the bottles out of Judykin's window plastic. And now I'm adding the liquid on the bottle. And now I'm adding the shadow layer at the top of the liquid. And then the rim of the bottle. And now I'm adding the cork. Okay, so we made a bunch of bookmarks. So I think what I'll do is just kind of show you all the different products for each one. So for this bookmark, and this ribbon is from cut cardstock, just so you know. So all of the bookmarks are made with the Wizard Bookmark Die Set. It's a wonderful set. I've already got ideas for Easter, so I'm really excited to get those made too. But anyway, as I may or may not have said, these are all going to the food shelf so that when the kids pick up books, they can pick up bookmarks. And then I used the Magic World paper, and this is definitely more of a wizard themed paper. And then I used, and I wish I had the cover for it, this is called the My Valentine paper from Pixie Dust Designs. And it's got a lot of cute designs in it. So any of the, I'm trying to find it, there it is. Like this paper is from the pack, and then the stripe in here is from the pack. So this is this pretty paper. And then the pink is flamingo from cut cardstock, and the brown is ginger from cut cardstock. So I think, and then the gold was scrap gold. So I think that covers all the papers. This is from the Wizard World. This is from the, or Magic World. This is from the Magic World. This is from the Magic World. And then the wands, and forgive me while I dig, but the wands come from the Girl Wizard mug. That's her wand, and then the Ron mug. So this is what they look like as mugs. And I do have a video up showing how to make these treat mugs if you want. So that's where that came from. And then the little star, I'm trying to remember where that one comes from. It comes from the set, which is Your Wonderful Friend. So I love the puns, and this is what this set does. So that's where that little burst, magic burst, comes from. So that's that bookmark. For this bookmark, I used, again, the set, but I also used pieces from the set. I used the glasses, the lightning bolt, and then the Harry Potter head. So that's what these pieces right here are. And then this little scroll, I'll have to show you, it's a fabulous set. Just love it. It's called Vintage Scroll. So I just used this little scroll piece here. And then this is what you can make with the set. You get a big scroll, you get a little scroll, and then you got the ink pot with the feather. And I can just think of 1,000 ways to use this. That might have been an exaggeration, but I mean, just for announcing births. I mean, this could be like a birth announcement, for a graduation announcement, things like that. I just find like this set could be used for a lot of different things. So that's where that little scroll piece came from. And then the potions pot came from the You're the One set. So it's got the sorting hat and books, and then the candles that you saw me make, but I opted not to use. So I made these 2 potion bottles right there using this set. So that is that one. So again, this one is the Valentine paper set, not the Magic World set. So the Valentine paper set, and the Kiss comes from the Pixie Dust Designs grandfather clock add-on. So there's this wonderful die set that's a grandfather clock, and when you make it, you can open like the side compartment, and so you can fill it with M&Ms or anything that you want. And so here it's the shadow of Kiss and then Kiss. So just love, and all the little hearts that I used as well. It's this little heart here, and did I use a different heart? Yeah, I think I used this heart as well. The bigger heart right there. No, it's this heart. It's this heart. This little heart and this heart I used from the set. So that is that bookmark. And then this is just me making my own pattern paper. So it's from the My Valentine set, and then Scrap Gold, and then this is Ginger from Cut Cardstock, and Flamingo from Cut Cardstock. So that made a cute little bookmark. And then on this one, I have the same background paper that I used, but then I took the potion pot, or the inkwell pot, and that is actually different than the one I showed you on the wonderful set. Yes, this is from the I Will Always Be Your Friend, and that's where I got the letter, and then it's got the little seal here for the letter, and then you've got the ink pot, the trim, and the feather. And this one's just a little bit smaller. So here's what you can make: the owl with its awesome hat, and then the letter, and the envelope you can leave open or shut, whichever you want, and then the pot and the feather. So that's what happened on this one. And then this then again is the envelope, and I didn't seal it shut like I did on this one. This one I put the seal on and sealed it shut. I left it open and had hearts coming out, and then again this heart from the grandfather clock add-on. So a lot of different sets, but I think what I really want you to understand is that if you get the Wizard Bookmark set, you can make bookmarks for every season in any way you want, any colors you want. I mean, it's a really, I consider this a basic set. You know, you've got your circles, you've got your rectangles. This is an amazing bookmark set. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and we will see you soon. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye-bye.